Kuu Kuu Harajuku, a show that drastically improved after the facts of season 1. Now, if I want to be clear about here, guys, I do not like season 1. I only like Kuu Kuu Harajuku seasons 2 and 3. For those that like season 1, that is fine, that's your opinion. But seasons 2 and 3, I mean, they were more expressive, they were more impressive, they were more they have better writing, better animation, better visuals. I mean, season 1 was way too bright to many people. Seasons 2 and 3 were dimmed out and they were more special. But that's not the case here. What I am going to say here is that, given how I've heard that Sean S. is going to review a Kuu Kuu Harajuku episode that he doesn't like, I am going to review one as well. Now, Kuu Kuu Harajuku Season 2 was pretty special when it improved from its mistakes from Season 1, though there was some things, as I do want to point out, the later 2 seasons of the series, while it's an improvement, it does have some bad episodes, just like any other show. Like, even the best of the best cartoons, like Gravity Falls, have those, like, roadside attraction. This is why I want to talk about and point out that Kuu Kuu Harajuku is a series that I would recommend to only watch the later 2 seasons, except for some episodes. And one of the episodes right there has to be, which I will get to. But Training Day was the very first season 2 episode, and you can tell that it improved from its mistakes from season 1. Though that ending was pretty crazy when Rudie, like, they lost the tickets again, but I really want to make a follow-up continuation part with oh boy, I really wish there would be a season 4 that will continue off from stuff from the previous 2 seasons about what happened about that stuff lately. But this is what I'm gonna talk about for Kuu Kuu Harajuku. Season 1 was it was lackluster in my opinion. It was problematic. It had Rudie being an absolute idiot. It had stuff that was just unbearable. Like freaking, oh god, where do I begin with those, like Greenhouse and Super Kawaii Sunday? Those episodes were just awful. But an episode that I'm going to review is, oh god, getting kind of away with Mo Madison. James W. Bates. I'm not going against you, but that episode that you written was not the best in my opinion. It was not good. This is the worst episode of season 2 in my opinion. My least favorite episode of season 2. And, well, I think it's best for me to get through it, as this episode was just not good. It was just not good at all. Oh boy, I just do not want to see about it. So it all just starts with them presenting the Mo Madison talk show, and that Mo Madison was getting ready, and then she sees Rudie as he just quote unquote accidentally spilled out something, which is the powder, the shrinking powder, and she said, "Do not touch anything." But you know what he freaking did? He shrank her. He then just had the freaking powder to suddenly shrink her, and then just this happens as HA5 after then did their freaking presentation that Mo Madison got shrunk, and already things have not been looking so good on this part. It is just absolutely unbearable on how they handled it. So Rudie decides to take over as Mo Madison, as, oh boy, things are not going to look too bright on that one, to see how Rudie's going to handle up. Oh god, this is just not good to see what's going to happen to Rudie to be like this. Oh god. After that, he has been taken over as part of the Mo Madison talk show. He then decided to take over and decided to present the first guest. That being Twisty Tea. Now things were looking some pretty bright, right? So wait till we get to something that we were gonna get to for it. It went pretty well until Rudie decided to remove those cue cards and rip them. But oh boy, wait till we get to realize. He not only ripped those freaking cards in front of the audience, but also they were actually Twisty Tea's paintings. And I was like, what the crap, Rudie? Why did you do this? Why? Even if you do it, that is just kind of illegal for him to do this. Because if he were to do that, he would be in jail. While HJ5 was then just wondering about, they decided to check out about what happened to Mo Madison. Turns out that it was a little issue that they fixed out. That Love got the potion, got the powder. And it turns out that it was a little something until Rudie came out with a freaking hair blower. Why? Freaking why? What the crap? And why did Rudie even bring one in the beginning? And then he blew Love into the freaking potion, the freaking powder, and then she suddenly shrunk. And Rudie said, oh boy, that was not my... Oh wait, I don't think he said that. But still, it was such a freaking stupid thing for him to bring out a freaking hair blower on that time. Why, Rudie? Why? And of course, the others were absolutely disappointed on Rudie because honestly, he honestly deserves a consequence because for what he did was absolutely stupid, absolutely idiotic. Look, Rudie, I don't hate you a lot, but sometimes you can be a nuisance. Sometimes your things are accidental. Sometimes you even save people when it comes to some of your plans. But this was just bad. This was just a bad thing that Rudie did to do this. I cannot believe it. Hold on. But, yeah, this was just absolutely disappointing for what Rudie did. So now it's up to the others to work on that thing from Love and Mo Madison. But, with Rudie, he was playing with a freaking vehicle, and it turns out that some people actually managed to restore Twisty Tea's paintings. That's pretty cool, right? Well, here's the problem. There's something that is gonna be pretty bad. He then suddenly doesn't end up to be careful, and then he suddenly rips the paintings that were restored, and it made Twisty Tea just shocked. I cannot believe you, Rudie. You really shouldn't have done this. It is just so bad for you to do this. Meanwhile, for the others, they finally get to Dr. Kawaiimation, which is the special guest of Getting Kinda Late with Mo Madison, until, of course, something bad happens. Oh boy. Oh yeah, and let's not forget, Rudie actually said, "Not my fault" when he accidentally ripped the paintings from not accidentally, but when he ripped the paintings, when the paintings just went to the freaking vehicle. It's just why I just can't believe you, Rudie. But also, Dr. Kawaiimation has been shrunken down as well because of course, freaking Rudie with that vehicle. I cannot believe you, Rudie. I seriously can't believe you. As it happened 3 times caused by Rudie, the others were absolutely just not impressed. Save for Baby because she was confused. But you can tell that they were not happy for Rudie. Next up, Rudie was then represented to have that guest for Zookeeper Smite to have these huggy hounds, and he says that it needs a little more pizzazz. So he decided to reveal about those fire kittens. And of course, it didn't go so well because the Huggy Hounds were absolutely mad because dogs are mad at cats. And this really is a big face palming moment for freaking Rudie. So much that he freaking suddenly sent up the freaking place in flames. Oh yeah, and another thing. They had a little animation error where they used the season 1 hairstyle of G instead of the season 2 hairstyle, and even the skin tone compared to seasons 2 and 3, which wow, that is a big oops right there. Seeing that is absolutely cursed to see when we had that freaking season 1 style of G compared to seasons 2 and 3 of her hairstyle of the buns. But then when they decide to check things out with these, when they see who was pressing that the heart button on the computer, it turns out it's just a small love. Which then we get to the fact that she was just hopping on that button for, being, just distracting for a bit. Then a Huggy Hound just comes out of nowhere and decides to lick the keyboard, which then, surprisingly enough, it turns Love back to normal size, which we then realize that the water, that they can wash off the powder by that to make sure everything goes back to normal. Okay, that's pretty special, but still, I do not like that episode because of how Rudie was being an idiot on that episode. After all that, Mauve Madison is back to normal, and she is absolutely mad. Like, she is absolutely angry for what Rudie did to her talk show. But as it turns out, the ratings for the Genkai Low Mauve Madison beat Chet the Chimp. And then, after all this, Mauve Madison is just mad at Rudie like this because of what he did to her talk show like that. And it is just, okay, that is just unbearable. This episode is awful. I hate this episode. Getting kind of late with Mauve Madison is my least favorite episode of season 2. If season 2 could have been perfect if it wasn't for this episode. But oh my god, the way how Rudie was being done like that is absolutely just awful for how he did. And he thinks that it needs more pizzazz. Or how he freaking ripped Twisty T's paintings when he thought that they were end cards. But still, that was done on purpose. That is just absolutely bad for it. If I would recommend Kuu Kuu Harajuku, it's to watch the later 2 seasons, but avoid this episode. It is absolutely bad. It is so bad that it is just not good. Is it worse than any of the season 1 episodes? Well, season 1 was awful, but I don't know, man. It is a tough competition to compare from this to season 1. And season 1 was awful from how they handled on these poor morals. Season 2 and 3 are great, but there are some bad episodes, such as this episode, debut album, which was just a rehash of Greenhouse / Adventures of House Sitting, even though Adventures of House Sitting did have a good ending for it. And freaking what was that episode for season 3? I mean, Fam Fun Day was, Rudie did mess things up, but Kaylee had the best day of her life. She had the best day of on that day. So I guess I would kind of put it at that, but I wouldn't say it's the worst. That's my least favorite season 3 episode. Season Danny Kawaiimation Madison is worse than my least favorite season 3 episode. It is awful. It is a piece of garbage. If you want to watch seasons 2 and 3 of Kuu Kuu Harajuku, I highly recommend seasons 2 and 3, but please do yourselves a favor and avoid that episode unless you have to watch it for a review for it. Anyway, guys, this is Kawaiimation signing off. Peace. Now, if you excuse me, I'm just gonna go watch some Kuu Kuu Harajuku seasons 2 and 3. Just not this episode again. Oh boy.